Yagi yo, Fano here, and I want to discuss one of the biggest transfer sagas this summer is De Gea's impending departure to Real Madrid. De Gea, for me, is the best shot stopper in world football right now. There's no one else who saves his team more points from one-on-ones than I think De Gea. In that regard, he's the best. However, there are keepers better than him in other areas. Coming to claim the ball, distribution, even though his distribution is still world class, don't get me wrong, and maybe sweeping up behind the defence. That's where I think Neuer, for me, is the best in the world. He's number one by quite a way because of his all-round game is world class, and he's a sweeper keeper. He plays like a sweeper, so that's how good Neuer is. I still would say Courtois is better than De Gea. Or I will put them on a par. I think Courtois is more commanding of his area, but he is 6'6". So he can just literally comes out and he just picks out balls and the defenders love him for it. A bit like Neuer. I think De Gea's shot stopping is just better than Courtois, but I think his overall management of the defence and looking at how many goals, obviously Courtois is playing behind Chelsea defence, so you can't really compare too much. So he is, in my opinion, in the top 3 goalkeepers in the world. I think they're the top 3 in the world for me. So Real Madrid have come knocking for one of the top 3 goalkeepers in the world. They have Casillas, he's gone. He's done. Casillas is done. He was done from 3 years ago. Like when Mourinho dropped him, and people were saying, "Oh, it was a feud. It was a feud." You can say it was a feud, but there was a reason for him dropping him, footballing wise. And after that, Ancelotti dropped him for a while, and then he brought him back. But even when he's brought him back, he's making mistakes. Regardless, Real Madrid need a world-class goalkeeper. So Real Madrid normally, 95% of the time, get what they want. And this is the problem as well. He's on the last year of his contract. This is where United screwed up. They should have offered him a contract earlier on, like maybe even 2 seasons ago. After 2 seasons, offer him a new deal, rather than letting it go into 4 years into a 5-year contract. That was silly of United. But regardless, it doesn't leave United in a very powerful position. So the figures branded about are about the same that United paid for him 4 years ago. It's 18 million. That's ridiculous. That's so stupid. De Gea, you've nurtured him. United have nurtured him for 4 years of his career. He is now definitely a much better keeper than he was when he joined United 4 years ago. But still, he's only worth that much at 18 million at the age of, 24, I think. That's crazy. But if there was any justification in football, De Gea would sign a new contract with United now, and then United would sell him, so they would get more money. Which is only fair, because you've nurtured him for 4 years. I don't understand why you can't do that. There's no legality to say you can't do that. But on top of that, United apparently now want Sergio Ramos. So that's going to be an interesting one. Because apparently Sergio Ramos wouldn't mind leaving. I think Ramos would do fantastically at United, regardless. I think he's in top 3 centre-backs in the world. He'd be the best if he wasn't so rash and reckless. So United, if he was to slot into the United defence, they would be pushing for the title next season, automatically. They would. He'd probably be banned for about 4 games. He'd get 2 red cards, but they'd be pushing for the title for sure, because they've already got Deep and they're looking at other players like Schweinsteiger. I'll do a video about that as well. But I just don't understand how De Gea can be worth only 18 million if he's for me, he's the top 3 goalkeepers in the world. And at these transfer prices, oh my God, in this window, I don't know. I think he should be worth more. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the whole De Gea, United, Madrid, Ramos situation at the moment, or where it stands at the moment. If you want to hook me up with a comment, let me know your thoughts on the matter, whatever you think. Please do so below. And as always, thanks for liking and watching, guys. And I hope to catch you soon. And hit that sub bar before you leave. Fano saying, easy.